Hill and David Solomon. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, noon Eastern. You think about it, we rant about it. Listen to us live on Facebook.
You know, it is Friday,
Mm.
TGIF. And I got to tell you, the end of this week didn't come fast enough. But if you're a member of the squad, it may not have come early enough. You know, my good friend David, my partner who's sitting there, nice, toasty, warm in Montreal, has a lot to say today. So do I.
Well, Stuart, you know what? It's fascinating. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. We heard this as kids, and it's a childish, chime that we used to do. But it would seem to be, Stuart, that in the 21st century, words do matter. And you will hear again and again. And the word racism, it's so thrown around. It's so easy. It's all kinds of crap. What am I talking about? So you and I have these good friends called the Squad. The Squad is composed of 4 members of Congress who've decided to become, let's not call it radicalized, but pushing things to the extreme. And it's composed of a few women who like to rattle not only the Republicans' cage, but the Democrats' cage. They got under Nancy Pelosi's skin. They're getting under everybody's skin.
Well, that's really thin, old skin.
Yeah, but here's the thing that is kind of sad if you kind of put it in, is that when it finally someone is really calling them out hard, and it may not be the cleanest and nicest way, but the Colorado Republican Representative Lauren Boebert, I'm not sure if I got her name right, has she's referred to Ilhan Omar as the Jihad Squad. And, right off the bat, I mean, this is coming after AOC using comments and Ilhan Omar making anti-Semitic remarks and Rashida Tlaib making even greater anti-Israel remarks. And it really doesn't matter. You see, it doesn't matter if these women attack you verbally. It's their right. But alas, the Republican representative comes in with this remark. And in the grand scheme of things, I would say, you know what? Come on, let's be mature about it. Let's behave about it. But because it's Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib who consistently use words to attack, here it is. But no, you know what the problem is? The problem with this is that now the Republicans are promoting Islamophobia. The Republicans are going out and saying, oh, hey, you know what? Naughty, 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 naughty. And guess who comes to her defense? Oh, my favorite. My favorite. AOC. And what does she do? People truly don't understand the scale and intensity and volume of threats targeting Ilhan Omar. Kevin McCarthy is so desperate to be speaker that he's working with his, get this, Ku Klux Klan caucus to look aside and allow violent targeting of woke members of Congress. This can't be ignored. Oh, okay, so let me understand. Referring to them as the Jihad Squad.
But hang on a second. For all those people listening, what does jihad actually mean? A struggle or fight against the enemies of Islam, right? So let's first understand, what is the Jihad Squad? I mean, it's actually a term being used not in the literal sense, in the figurative, but Ilhan Omar, who is one of the most anti-Semitic people to ever step foot into our U.S. government, and she's so anti-Israel, she has so many rages and slurs against Israel or Jews, that you know what? The Jihad Squad ain't such a bad thing to call the psycho bitch.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm not sure she's a psycho, but I'm very
She's a psycho.
I'm insulted by the fact that racism.
She's a disgrace to anyone who's Muslim. She's a disgrace.
You know what? I got to tell you, she is loved, in Minnesota. They love her. And she is exactly the reason why I'm scared for America. Because if you're going to start endorsing a person who endorses racism, and covers it under, hey, no, this isn't racism. This is just, I'm expressing free speech. But then you turn around and you go out and you say you're wrong, you attack her. All of a sudden, you're being the racist.
Listen,
Islamophobia is a great
typical Marxist, actually, it's a typical attorney play. Because they are so wrong, they need to reverse and blame on a narrative that you're bad. And that's the concept that the Democratic Party has taken into tow. And I'll be honest with you, it's extremely effective.
You know what? It's so effective that the media and MSNBC, I'm sorry, MSNBC, shouldn't say CNBC, but
the Marxist network?
The Marxist Network, in a recent article, and it's an opinion column, whatever. And again, it's like it says, oh, this is what the Republicans, stand for, racism, and that this is the Republican Party in its whole. And it's like, something, Zishan Alim, let me put it to you this way. You want one-sidedness. You have no problem that your friends at the squad, these radicalized Democrats, and I'm calling them radicalized Democrats, are going to screw up the nation. They're pushing an agenda that's going to destroy the United States of America. You're loving it. You enjoy the anarchy they're causing. And by you singling out the Republicans and saying that the Republicans are racists and name callers, but you will not call it for what it is. Pure political bullshit. This has been going on for generations. The name calling has been there forever. And if you don't like it, something? Stop being soft. Get out of the way. Because politics is a friggin' dirty game.
Listen, if a politician said a truth, I think it would be rare. But the fact of the matter is the Democrats just seem to be, projecting their own issues as someone else's. Clearly, the only people that are racist, right, that are actively calling everyone else racist are the Jihad Squad, the AOC, the Ilhan Omar. These people are just duplicit. They're Marxist, communists. They are not a very American. And I'll be honest with you, I hope their constituents know to vote them out. That's all we can hope for, David.
So here's an example of what I'm talking about. Ilhan Omar, who's being attacked because of her attitude, here's an example of it. And this goes back to this summer when she goes out and she talks about the offensive remark. She uses an old anti-Semitic remark in which she claims that she implied that it's all about money and Jews. And again, this is just the old anti-Semitic tropes that continue to be used. And again, the media stays quiet. The Democratic loving, sucking, call it whatever you want.
Right. But you know why she gets out there and she does what she does? She has a financial advantage to do so. The woman who is an immigrant child is worth over $3 million as of almost a year ago, right? A year and a half ago. Her net worth has gone up, I don't know, close to $2 million. She's born in Somalia, right?
Yeah. What's fascinating, Stuart? I got to tell you something fascinating. There was an interesting piece that was put out this week, and I can't even remember which media it was, that said that right now, hardcore Arab Muslim states like Saudi Arabia and others are really rethinking their approach towards Israel, towards Jews. They're realizing that, we know what the motivation is, but they're internally rethinking their entire approach. And yet, Ilhan Omar, who is Somali, who has, really, in what world do you have a problem with Jews? Okay, I'll tell you, or Israel, you know what it is. It's like, all Muslim brothers and sisters, you're not banding together. It's a lot of malarkey. But anyways, and it's like calling her out and saying that she has a problem. And this piece that was originally written by David Harris in Newsweek, that they called her out that she has a literal problem with the Jewish community. And yet she's allowed to do and say what she wants. So when a Republican congresswoman calls her out Yes, in a childish way. They're all childish. But when she calls her out and says, it's the Jihad Squad, I'm going to tell you something. I'm sick and tired of the crying and the bitching and the moaning. If you're going to dish hard against any race, creed, religion, if you want to demean the United States of America, if you want to use names and terms to demean your opponent, be prepared to get it shot in your face. Sorry. Either
Oh,
excuse me, what's the expression? Grow a pair? Like,
yeah.
seriously?
Listen. Listen. I'm all for diversity. But you want to know something, and I have some acquaintances and friends that are Muslim, and I'll tell you something. They are the furthest thing from a fan of this woman. And being that she is Somalian, has 6 brothers, and she's worth $5 million, doesn't seem to scream out like a poor Muslim punitive, not punitive, you know, beat up girl. I mean, the woman is quite a very, very powerful, rich individual who wants to keep her money because she doesn't give her money away to charity like
Right.
every other Democrat. The majority of the caucus gives less than 10% of their net worth to charity. And she is no different. Considering that she is a product of good immigration policy, she's not for it. In fact, if it wasn't for the good immigration policy, she would never be here.
But
And she
that's what
would never have had the opportunity that she's had. And because of this, she is the ultimate hypocrite, right?
oh yeah, but
She's the ultimate
this is what
hypocrite.
floors me. But this is what floors me, Stuart, that the squad is going in, and when you say that they have this, what, like you said, you use the you defined the word jihad before, right? And that's a threat. And they have created this false threat. This squad has created a false threat. So when they're being called
To
out,
divert the attention
correct,
against
correct,
against
correct.
the complete bamboozling Biden administration. I
It's
mean,
not just
they've got no
no, it's not.
choice.
No, you know what? I don't even think that they're going. You know what it is, Stuart? I'm sorry to say, but I think the jihad. Did I say the jihad squad? Yes, the jihad squad is
Jihad squad,
the
jihad squad,
jihad
jihad
squad.
squad.
The jihad squad is actually threatening your democracy because
Yes.
they're going after. They don't care if they take down the. They want to take down the Republican Party, but they want to take down the Biden administration as well.
Well, they don't want to take down the Biden administration. They want to take over the Biden administration. Taking down would be something like trying to replace Biden with a Republican, which would be a good thing. Listen, they've got a reckoning. It's coming to the end of this insanity, as far as I'm concerned. And hopefully you at home and around the world are concerned. We get to vote these clowns out. And you
Well,
know
I'm
what?
hoping. I'm
David,
hoping it's
I'm going to pretend it's a casino. Okay, David, I'm going to give you $100. What amount are you going to bet that the squad, a part of the squad, is going to get voted out?
you know what scares me? I'm sorry to tell you this, but I think they're all coming back. I think that that's what scares me a lot is that I think AOC is well loved in her writing. I think that all of them are well loved, and it scares me. But when and if, and the
Listen,
problem,
AOC is up for
so the
2023.
only the problem that we have an issue here is that the United States, because of your divisive media, because of the way CNN is portraying them as martyrs rather than radicals, and they pitch the Republicans as the radical extremist racists. I know that there's going to be a shift, but I'm not betting that the squad is out. I'm really
So,
not.
well, 2023 is their term ending, right? They're up in 2023, both of them. And you know what, David? I'm going to put the bet down today, and you can write it and put it on a post-it note on your monitor, that either both of them or at least one of them will be voted out the next time they run. I put $75 down.
Okay,
You want to take that bet?
Stuart, I'm going to take whatever.
You know what time it is, David?
It's time to go, Stuart. You got to go back to work.
Yes. You know what? Work. Guys, I'd like to thank everyone for joining in the last 9 months. It's going on our 10th month. And I got to tell you, we appreciate every single message, every single tweet, every single private note and phone call. And David, I want to thank you too, because it couldn't be done without you.
Hey, listen, man, it's all good. This is all fun. And listen, let's go out and keep this up. This rant is good. Spread the word, folks. We haven't said this in a while, but spread the word, spread the love. Tell people about what's going on here, because this is where the truth really does come out and nobody is hiding. This is an unedited rant. It's not like what you see in other places where they'll re-edit a podcast. This is live. This is uncensored. And on that note, we'll catch you again next week on Monday, noon live. Take care.